It's time for another monthly reset. As we go into the new month, these are the things that I do to prepare to make sure that I can reach my goals, be as productive as possible, and still enjoy my life. So if you've never done a monthly reset, the purpose that I use my monthly reset for is to get clear, get current, and get creative. And this all is wrapped around my goals. So I get clear in my space and what my goals will be, making sure my space, my digital space, as well as my physical space, matches the goals that I want for my life. I also get current, and that includes taking care of my planner, making sure my life is lined up with the things that I want to do and the things that I want to achieve, not just my schedule, but also in everyday life, and also with my goals, making sure I'm thinking of the current goals and focusing on them every single day, and getting creative. That is getting creative in my everyday life, in my space, in the things that I want to accomplish. Once again, coming back and making sure I'm reflecting on my goals. Hello, my loves, it's Nicole Charnel. Welcome to my channel. And if you don't know, I do videos on healthy, intentional living, and that is just living your healthy life with intention. Excuse my voice, I do have allergies and it has just taken my voice away. So I do have a Notion template that I use for my resets, use for my reflections, as well as using for my 12-week year. And I'm gonna share all that with you in the video today. If you don't know what the 12-week year is, it is a tool to help you achieve your goals in 12 weeks instead of 12 months. Taking your annual goals, narrowing them down to 12 weeks, and helping you actually achieve them. And my monthly reset is not wholly focused on my 12-week year. It's focused on my month as a whole. But then within my 12-week year, I talk about my goals and what I'm doing to achieve those goals from month to month, and also kind of giving you a glimpse of how my 12-week year is going and coming along. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with my vlogs, I did actually restart my 12-week year a couple weeks ago. So if you watched my last monthly reset, I said I was within my first week of my 12-week year. But as I'm starting this reset, I'm in my third week of the 12-week year. I think that's one of the benefits of the 12-week year, that you can start it whenever you like. If you need to analyze goals, you kind of get stuck in the mind frame that you can only set your goals and restart your goals when the year starts. With the 12-week year, your year can start whenever, and you're hyper focused on your goals, so then you can achieve them within a short amount of time. So I'm hopping into my first Notion page, which is my reset page, and it has every month on here collected. I rate the month as well as I reflect on the month. So the month we're reflecting on is April, as we are going into May. So excited to get through the spring and continue to focus on my goals. I rated this month a 3 stars. I wouldn't say it's the best month of the year. Actually, I feel like my best month of the year was like January and February, top tier. But this month was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best. Like I said, I did have to start my 12-week year over, so that's kind of a thing. So for April, one word to describe this month: messy. I was not on my Zoom this month. I'm just gonna be honest. I really wasn't. I wasn't paying attention to my calendar as much. There was a couple weeks where, I think 1 week or maybe 1.5 weeks, I didn't fully fill out my calendar. I wasn't referencing my digital calendar and my physical planner. It was just a mess. It really was. It wasn't terrible. Like, I had a terrible month. I think it was like October of last year, where I don't think I touched my planner at all. Like, it wasn't that bad, but it was just a little messy, you know, like stuff was kind of everywhere. It was just a thing, but we're gonna get it together, okay? One memorable moment from this month was taking my first pole class at a pole party. So my sister's friend had a pole dancing party for her birthday, and I got a chance to go. And I've always wanted to do pole and pole fitness, and learning how to literally pull myself up with one hand. Obviously, I didn't learn this in this first class because it was the first one, but I got to go and like really experience it and see if it was something that I wanted to do. And it's definitely something I want to do. I'm trying to figure out how I can implement it into my fitness routine and like get a membership and then just be there, and just like, I want to do it so badly. Like, when you see these women pull their bodies up, flip their bodies upside down on a pole, like, I just feel like that's the most exciting thing ever. Not even from like a stripper standpoint, because I've actually never been to a strip club, but just like watching the tricks, I'm just like, this is what I want to do with my fitness. This is what I want to be able to do. Like, this is why I was obsessed with handstands and pull-ups and like trying to achieve them, because like that is the goal for me. I love that. I love that. I'm so hyped about it. But yeah, so that was like a highlight from the month. I got to do that and like really see if I wanted to do it and talk to the ladies about it and like seeing like how I could develop at it. So super hype. I'm going to figure out how to add it into my schedule. My schedule is already hectic. I know I'm going to have to wait a little bit till I can like transition into a new work schedule, because my work schedule right now isn't really, it's not the worst. Like, it could be better, but it's not the worst. I really do enjoy the current position I'm in. It's just like money wise, like being able to also afford it and then also have time to go is a thing. So, you know, but I'm going to be patient. It's on my wish list. Okay. What I learned: write down everything and something will stick. Then I won't miss. This month I lost touch of my brain dumps. I think I brain dumped one time this month at the beginning of the month, and then this past week. Like, not nearly enough. I was doing brain dumps like twice a week, which I think was helping me feel less frantic and like helping me feel less chaotic about like what I was doing and what I was achieving with on my channel and like with myself and my personal goals and all that. So I wasn't taking the time to do the brain dump. So in turn, that was kind of just making me feel like a mess, like really all over the place, not gonna lie. And what I want to improve on is a few things. Keeping both my calendars up to date. I do have a physical calendar on my phone, as well as I do have a digital calendar on my phone, as well as a physical calendar that I write my tasks in. This, for me, like writing down stuff is my memory, like, enhancer, for lack of a better term. It helps me just remember things are coming. Like, I know, okay, like something's coming. Let me look at my calendar. Or I need to remember this date or this task. Let me look at my calendar, type thing. My digital calendar just doesn't let me see an overview, but it still lets me put in reminders. It lets me put in appointments, put in addresses and all that. And I think that is definitely helpful. But so having both of them work together is what keeps me on track. So that is what I'm going to improve upon this month. Also, budgeting better and always. I didn't blow my budget this month, but I noticed that I was like having tasks. Like, for example, this coming month in May, I have someplace I want to go. It's like a festival, a music festival, and a wine and musical festival. So like I bought the tickets for it, but then I want to set aside money to have at the festival, like if I want to spend money. So actually having that in the budget. And another day, I want to take a day trip to New York. So, okay, how much money am I going to spend when I go there? That kind of thing. So being more daily conscious of my budget. I feel like right now I'm weekly conscious of my budget, where I do my budget for the week, set it, forget it type thing. But being more daily conscious, I think, will help me save for other things like in the future, like little sinking fund type things, and be conscious of that. And then balance fun with function. Honestly, this month I have a few things coming up. Like I said, I have the festival that I'm going to, day trip to New York that I'm going to, and then next month it's like even better. June, it's just like more things that are happening. So just being able to balance that and not feel overwhelmed. And I know that what comes in the aspect of that is like planning. Like, I need to make sure I'm planning all of these things out, and not to the point of keeping myself in a box, but to the point of I have a plan. If something goes wrong, I have a plan. If I'm not thinking about something, I have a backup plan or whatever. So for me, planning is like honestly my security net, and it doesn't make me feel like so structured where I can't do anything. And honestly, it makes me excited to set the plan out, follow the plan, know what I'm going to do. So that is the goal for this coming month for me. Also, for my get clear section, I do like to declutter my room, which you can see my room is pretty decent right now. I have a plan to do like a big declutter. I want to reread the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, to really like focus on my decluttering and get the little things that I left behind, or maybe I decided not to declutter before, really just tidy it up and just keep my minimalist mind frame in focus. So that was my reflection for the month. And I've already done my planning for the month. So I am going to I'll show you. I showed this in my planning vlog, which was a previous video of this. Something I'm going to start doing with my physical planner is putting like specific appointment and days that I need to remember out on this planner. I know when I have to work, I know like that standard thing, like when my daughter has dance, because it's the same every week. So those are things that I need to put on my calendar. What I need are those oddball things. So this month I have a hair appointment coming up and my daughter has a hair appointment coming up. I need to remember which day is which and all that. And then also I get my nails done. So when is that appointment? When am I going to set that for? Doing this ahead of time really helps me stay confident in what I'm doing, as it also connects back to my budget. I set aside money for my self-care. So like my hair, my nails. And then when the appointment comes up, I don't have to worry about taking it out of the check that I just got because I set aside this money previously for it. So doing that is something that I literally, like I said, I just implemented these kind of like highlight things, but just taking the moment to really like draw them out. And then my planner just stays out on my desk all week long, every single day. It's out, it's ready for me to like look at, to follow, to see if I need to remember something. I've also started putting scriptures on each day, the scripture that I'm going to be reading that day. I'm currently also doing 75 hard holy edition. Now, it's really 75 medium after I started looking at it. 5 workouts, 2 active rest days, getting my steps. So the actual thing is working out every day, twice a day, and 1 outside. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's really 75 medium. We're just gonna go there. And when I say holy edition, one of the main things I've been wanting to do is making sure I spend time in my word every single day and spend time talking to God, having a conversation with him and spending time with him. So that is I feel like the most important thing about doing this 75 hard is making sure I do that every single day. And as long as I do that, I just feel like I've accomplished so much. But in reality, I need to make sure I hit all the points, all the days, right? So one of the things, like I said, is putting my scripture in my planner every single day. So I don't have to go looking for whatever scripture I'm supposed to be reading. So I don't have to make it harder for me, like the path of least resistance is what's going to help me stay on track. So that is my month. Well, this is my weekly plan, but this is my monthly plan and my monthly overview for the month of May. So I have my computer in front of me so I can kind of go over the 12-week year with you, but I will show it to you on the screen as well. Actually, let me move over because I love when the girlies do this and they kind of move to the side so I can put it on the screen. So I honestly love that. So that's what we're going to do. So my 12-week goals, the first one is to start the moving process. If you don't know, if you're new here, I currently live with my parents and I just deep in my heart feel like I'm moving out of this age and era where I'm doing this. Now, we all know currently in the financial climate, it is a struggle to have one single income and have children and not live with someone. So I know that's a thing and I'm aware, and that's why I want to start the process. I want to start looking at it. I want to start praying about it. I need to look at my money, see where I can make more money so I can move out. That is a huge goal of mine, and it's been a huge goal, and I feel like articulating it is now going to bring it to life. So this is me sharing with you that I want to move out so badly, so badly. And honestly, I love living with my parents, and I think that's definitely why I've stayed here for so long, because they are really 2 great people, and they love me dearly and they help me so much. And without them, I really don't know how I would have done what I've been doing, like being a single mom for this amount of time. I appreciate them and I love them, and I really want to move out and move on to a new step, and also in turn helping them because they're getting older, and I know that they, my mom's already retired, but my dad wants to retire soon or eventually, and I don't want them to have to worry about taking care of me while they're doing that and while they're thinking about the next step in their lives. So moving out is a 12-week goal. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to move out within the 12 weeks because if you see, well, I don't know, at the top, my 12-week year ends in June. So I'm not saying June 18th is when I'm going to move out, but I am in the point of starting the process of getting move out. So, and I'll show you what that looks like on a weekly basis. The next thing is to speak about my day in French. And I was trying to basically say, I want to get back into learning French, and so I can get to the point of being fluent in it. And I feel like that's a big, and it's a big task. It's a big goal, right? But it's possible. It is possible. I see these girlies on YouTube where they do this, and they learn one language and they learn another language, and they just keep like growing in this way. And I feel like that's so cool. And French is a language that I've always loved. I love the culture of it, and so being able to speak it is something that's like it's like really exciting for me, and I would love to do that. Like, it's just like an extracurricular thing other than my YouTube channel that I enjoy growing in and just loving on. The last one is to create my brand structure. I feel like I was really just like constantly pushing against this idea of like me being a brand and having my YouTube channel that then gives back to someone, and someone could then put in money to me so I can give back to them, so to speak. That's what I feel like a brand is. Also, in a way of like, brands, you know, have t-shirts, so they have some type of product or whatever that people buy from them. And I was like honestly trying to buck the system in a way, and I started looking at it a lot differently. I have something to say to you as a viewer, that you can be productive. You can be a single mom, have 2 jobs, have 2 kids, and still be productive in your life, and still enjoy your life, and still live your best life. And I want to show you how to do that, how you can use productivity to help you. It's not just busyness, it's really planning out your life. It's really being intentional, not just for you, but for your kids, taking the step in the right direction to be financially sound, being and having a constant relationship with God. Like, I have things to say, and this is how I'm saying them, like through my YouTube channel and my brand. So I said create a brand structure in a way of like, I'm going to eventually have a product. And that's like what this is. This is me creating what I really want to be. If I'm going to have a product, if it's going to be consulting, if it's just going to be YouTube, what is my brand going to be? So that is for my 12-week year. So each goal has strategies with it. So for the goal moving out, find a location to move, save up the money to move, and then move successfully in the summer of 2024. I do have like a loose deadline on that, just because of like how my life is changing with my kids and their school and all that. So I want to definitely go by this summer. But I'm going to be realistic. Like, I don't want to be reckless with this decision and move quickly. I want to make sure I'm making the right moves. Next, for learning French, I need to practice 1 to 3 hours of French weekly, find a French partner, and then find a French tutor. So I do have an app that I'm using to practice right currently, and then as I'm going to go along, I'm going to search for hopefully someone who speaks French that can like help me with the nuances of the language, and help me also to practice. And then lastly, for I am the brand, I am going to begin building an email list, have a content strategy, and have 3 printables or products. I already have 1 product that I just recently made and put out. The link will be down below, but it is a digital product, and it is a book tracker. So if you've been watching my channel lately, you'll know that I love reading, and it's something that I do to escape the realism or escape the reality. And it's also something I do when I'm trying to learn. So one of the things that I'm learning this year is financial, and being financial intelligent, and learning different things about financials, my financials, preparing for retirement, investing, and all that. So those are the reasons why I love to read. And so I created a book tracker because I love the idea of having stats for my reading. If you look down in the description box, there will be a link for this. There will be a link for this, my first product, and for 2 weeks I'll be giving this product away for $1. Yes, $1. Other than that, this product will be $6, and you can find it on my Etsy page, but it will be linked down below in the description box. So make sure you snap it up. After 2 weeks, it's going to go back to regular price of $6. But for my first sales, just $1 for everyone. And I encourage you to write a review. Let me know how you feel about the product, and if there's anything that doesn't work or it seems a little wonky, please let me know so I can get it fixed. It's also kind of like, you know, like a soft opening, you know, like a little beta testing. speaking of products and financials, I do want to share with you my monthly milestones. So this is also a Excel spreadsheet or something that I'm tracking this year. I'm tracking my milestones from month to month. I basically have different goals for my money that I want to achieve within the year, or maybe achieve by next year or something like that. Each goal basically has its own deadline on it, and then I'm tracking how I'm going, how I'm getting to that, or how I'm doing while I'm trying to get to those milestones. As you can see on this sheet, on the left side, it has what the milestone is, it has the amount of money that I want to be at or save, and then the goal, which is the goal month for doing that. So, and then there's like a little checkbox. Once I get to that amount, I'm going to check off the box basically. And then I started this in September of last year. And now, like I said, we're up to April, and every single month I just write in the ending balance, or the ending amount that I have in that collection basically for the month. Currently this year, I have achieved 2 goals, which one is travel. I had a travel in February and in March, and I needed to have a certain amount of money before those months. So as you can see, in February, I achieved that at $1,500, and now it's back down again because I'm paying for another trip. But anyway, and then in the in the emergency fund category, I've made it to $1,000 for my emergency fund, and now I need to go on to the next one, which is $3,000, and I have a goal of February 2025 for that one. So this, like I said, just helps me stay on track. It helps me making sure I'm keeping my financial goals in mind and making sure I'm trying to move towards them. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out 401k, Roth IRA, all that kind of stuff. But while I'm doing that, I want to make sure I'm doing my best to keep it in the forefront of my mind and stay focused on it, and to continue to learn. Now on to the last portion of my reset, which I talk about my favorites for the month. So my book favorite for the month is A Court This Cursed and Lovely, and this is actually a series. I don't know the name of the series off the top of my head, but there are 3 books currently. The next book comes out at the end of May 30th, and this is a story about a girl who lives in a world where there are fae and there are humans. The humans are born with a little bit of power, and there's a king who is over top of the humans, or like kind of like takes care of the humans, because the fae and the humans don't get along. The fae are basically trying to eradicate the humans, and the humans are just kind of stay alive. So the king thinks of a great idea. He thinks he's going to take the power from the humans when they're young, take their power, and then use it to protect the humans. And then when they get a certain age, I think it's 25, they get their power back and they can use it towards the good of the kingdom. So in this book, there's a girl who has power and she's not supposed to. When that happens, basically you can get captured and killed, and your family will be killed, because it's basically like you're harboring a fugitive. And then there's a guy who he's a mercenary, but some people call him a prince, and they meet when she gets found out and she's running for her life, and she is in a desperate situation, and she asks him for help and he says no. He leaves her for dead. Fast forward a couple weeks later, and they come in contact again, and now he needs her. He needs her to do something for her, and she hates him. So that's how it started. And I was 3 books in. I read these 3 books probably in like 5 days. I think it was like a week. 3 books. It was so good. I can't wait for the next book that comes out, because I need to know what's going to happen. I don't know if the author is going to conclude the story. I just feel like there's a lot going on and there's a lot to kind of wrap up, but I also feel like it can be done because it's the 4th book, so it's possible. I feel like the 2nd book was really just like, we were doing a lot of world building, but the author did it in such an amazing way. It wasn't boring, and that's really what I loved about it. And also the story was a little bit different. Currently with like fantasy, if you get fae and human, you kind of like know where it's going. But this story, I didn't see what was happening as being predictable. It was really fun. The action was good. The romance was good. So a good romantic, if you're looking for one, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. And my favorite channel for the month was Maya Beatrice, I think that's how you say her name. So Maya's channel is just a lifestyle channel. She does a lot of just lifestyle vlogs, and she has like it's a pretty it's a pretty big channel. She has 162 subscribers, 62,000 subscribers. So it's a pretty big channel. But the way I found her is book vlogs. So she was doing reading vlogs and talking about her favorite books for the month and sharing all that. And that's kind of how I found her. And then I realized that she does other videos. Like her most recent video is a try-on haul. She talks about the things that she bought. She also does a weekly vlog more recently where she talks about being in a life slump and like being around New York because she's in school in New York and all that. So it's kind of like not unrelatable, but like a little grasping for me, just because like she's single, she's in school, she doesn't have no kids, you know, type situation. Like she really, and like I said, that's why reading is kind of why I found her. And then she also does these other videos. I just like the way she talks about the books, and like she's one of the people that I can literally just put on in the background and like just listen to her speak about different things, and I really just enjoy watching her because of that. So she is my YouTuber favorite for the month. So that's it for this video, guys, for my reset for the month of May. I am ready for another month. I really love doing resets because, like I said, they help me mentally get prepared, also physically within my space, making sure I declutter, making sure I put things away, and then also planning out the next month, making sure that I don't forget anything, any appointments, any things that I need, places I need to go, and all that. And it just helps me feel more put together. If you are feeling like really just chaotic in your life, I suggest you just do a reset, whether it be a weekly reset, a monthly reset, just a moment where you can stop, clear out everything, reflect on the past month or the past week, see what you need to change, what you loved about the week, what you didn't love about it, what you want to improve upon, and then start implementing those things. That will definitely get you in a great headspace so you can be more intentional about your life, so you can make sure you're achieving your goals, moving towards whatever your goals are, and living in your vision. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. Like I said, I linked down below my first digital product, which is a book tracker. Make sure you check it out. If you have any questions, please just leave me a comment down below. If you haven't seen my previous monthly reset, I will link it on the screen. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so by hitting my face down below. You don't want to miss any of these upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.